I'm probably quite unusual in this marketplace in that I spent the first part of my career actually in the technology industry. So I spent a large chunk as a partner of KPMG running technology and technology strategy, and I then moved into the finance industry and ran a number of technology companies, primarily around financial services and around trading systems. So my background is really developing systems for people to trade upon in futures, in equities, in the FX market, even in the exchange systems. And then in 2005, the founders of Saxo Bank said to me, "Hey Kevin, we want to establish Saxo Bank in Asia Pacific. Would you like to come and establish the organisation across the whole of Asia?" And the more I said to them, "Hey, Lars, I'm a technology guy. I run technology companies. I've chaired technology companies. I've been non-executive director. I've run technology companies. This is not what I do in the background." And the more I said to them, "Look, I'm really running technology companies and technology trading," the more they were convinced that I was the right person to go out and run the business. And I suppose that sort of realisation at that part in my career, back in sort of the early 2005, 2006, was that if you look at a lot of the companies today in this space, is it a technology business that makes its money out of flow, or is it a broking business trying to grapple with technology? And I think it's really the blend of those two businesses that's a really important aspect to the market going forward. So I did spend 3 years out in living in Singapore, developing the business across Asia Pacific with Saxo. And then when I came back to the UK, I spent the next 3 years actually working with quite a few of the organisations in this industry on strategic matters. So I worked with quite a few of the spread bettors and the CFD players and the online traders and banks in general, until I joined London Capital Group in the summer of this year. Yes, I'm still chairman of Rising Sun, which is a company that I founded with a gentleman by the name of Brian Kelly. Brian and I have worked together on numerous occasions in the past, and he's a very creative individual in the technology industry. And what we wanted to do was to identify completely different ways of how people identify buying and investing opportunities, and that's how Rising Sun came about, which, to date at least, has had a pretty good track record at helping people identify investment opportunities. Okay, I think as Chief Executive of a public company, I think you have a number of responsibilities. Of course, many of them are towards the shareholders, and many of them, being a regulated business, are associated with ensuring the company has appropriate governance and appropriate structures in place, appropriate risk management in place. So a chunk of my role is associated with ensuring that we are, from a regulatory point of view, doing the right things, and from a shareholder point of view, taking the right governance and structures and approaches going forward. Apart from that, as I was mentioning earlier, I think that a lot of the future of London Capital Group is to do with innovation, is to do with improving the customer journey and improving the whole sort of experience that our clients have. So what I spend a lot of my time doing other than that is creating an environment in which that vision can be delivered, both in terms of looking at innovation with technology and innovation with services, and looking at how we improve our whole offering to the market. I do, though, tend to spend as much of my time as possible I can market facing rather than internally facing, and we've structured the organisation to support that by bringing in an incredibly strong team in terms of John Jones, the Chief Operating Officer, and a number of the people with the build behind that, including some very strong people in sort of product development and marketing and sales, etc.